I welcome my viewers and listeners, and I hope all of you are quite well and also enjoyed the recently passed away different festivals and ceremonies. You know that in our daily life or from the ancient times, the human beings are encountering different type of the problems. The problems may be social, may be economic, or any type of the problem in our day-to-day life. When we encounter any type of the problem, naturally we try to find out its solution by applying our knowledge, our notion and ideas. We also make the search or the research to find the solution of the such type of the problems from the past history or from the past records. So, after finding some kind of the idea for the purpose of the solving the given problem, we try to apply different type of the ideas to get a solution. And when after applying the ideas or notion continuously and systematically to solve the problem, then some kind of the principles are being formed for the purpose of solving the problem. So, with these principles, we can say it becomes a concept. So, the ideas when we apply on the problem and continuously after application, these principles become the concept. Now, this concept, when continuously followed for a long time, it becomes a convention. And these principles, this convention, these concepts, as we have just discussed, also applicable in the accounting process. So, the solutions obtained for an accounting problem, and gradually when it becomes a convention, it means that this type of the conventions are being followed by different people throughout a country, or maybe it is being followed globally. Such type of the concepts or the convention which is followed by different countries, we can say this is a GAAP or generally accepted accounting principle. Why do we need the GAAP or the generally accepted accounting principle? We know that the accounting process or accounting statement of one country may be followed by the another country, or may be followed by different type of the people and user within a country. So there must be some uniform accounting language, accounting procedure and accounting system, so that any person or the any user of this such accounting statement can understand, maintaining its uniformity without ambiguity and without any confusion or contradiction. That is why the generally accepted accounting principles and its establishment and its concepts are very important for the purpose of making the accounts or for the purpose of the accounting world. We shall discuss some of the concepts, and the major concepts all of us know: the entity concept, the going concern concept, the money measurement concept, the periodic concept, the accrual concept. We shall discuss the entity concept in this class or today. Actually, when a business is being started, it has two wings. On the one side, it has the proprietor who has invested the money in the business, and on other side, there is the business where the money is being invested. So, as per the entity concept, it is said that the business has a separate existence, totally apart and totally different from its proprietor or the investor. From the accounting point of view, we are totally involved with the business, not with the proprietor. The accounting is done as if his business is doing the transaction, business is doing the business is doing purchase, sales, expenditures, income, etc., not the proprietor. So from this point of view, all the transactions, all the records, it is done in the name of the business, not in the name of the proprietor. Though if the proprietor at any time takes some amount from the business for any of his own purpose, it is considered that the business is paying the money or business is paying the sum to the proprietor, and it is one kind of the reimbursement or return of the invested capital of the proprietor to the proprietor. Hence, when an accountant steps his shoes inside a business, he must have knowledge and must know that he is doing the accounting for the purpose of the business. Theoretically, as per the entity concept, we came to know that the business has a separate existence or the entity. All accounting should be done in the name of the business as if the business is doing the business. But take an example. If a small businessman owes some money to a supplier, and in course of the time the businessman fails to pay the amount to his or her supplier, then what will the supplier do? If the supplier want to recover the money by some legal process, naturally the supplier will not sue or file a suit in the name of the business, but rather he or she will file the suit in the name of the small businessman. This is one of the practical setbacks of this principle. But if we consider the form of the organization or the structure of the organization, and if the organization is in the form of a limited company and is being governed under the Companies Act, then we can say that in that case, the creditor, any creditor, if they wanted to realize the money or dues from such type of the business, which is a company, then they must file the suit in the name of the company, not in the name of the management, not in the name of the CEO, not in the name of the shareholder. So, in the case of the company form of the business, the application of this principle is totally clear and there won't be any problem. So we can understand that business has its own existence and own entity, and it must be cared and must be remembered by the accountant or accounting people or the management of the business that they are actually nothing but the investor, and the liability of the company or the business is to return the given money to the business in course of time or at the closure of the business. I think we understood what is the entity concept and its application, and the liability of the accountant, as well as some of the practical problems encountered for the applications of the entity. Thank you. On the next day, we shall discuss the going concern concept, and it will be very soon. I shall come with this video before you. Thank you for listening.